Hello, everybody. Welcome to our coverage of E3 2019. How's everybody doing? Joining me once again this year is Elise and JT. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Can you guys hear us okay now? Just making sure, chat.
Howdy, chat.
But yeah, before we get started here, I'm going to go ahead and throw up the E3 schedule one more time here real quick. So this is the plan for the next several days. So right now we have EA Play, which is going to start with Jedi Fallen Order. That's going to then kick over to tomorrow where we have Microsoft and Bethesda. Monday's PC Gaming Show, Ubisoft and Square. And then we'll wrap things up on Tuesday with Nintendo. So we'll have all of that covered for you here on this channel. So it should be a lot of fun as always.
Absolutely.
So
this is my fun time of the year.
So the first question I've got for you guys is, what was the last good Star Wars game that you
Outside of SWOTOR?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do
are we
that.
doing single player?
Single player, yeah.
Single player? Actually, I didn't play it myself, but actually getting to watch Force Unleashed 2, so that was a pretty good one.
Yeah,
totally not canon anymore, but
my son says that's a good one, but I personally, it would be KOTOR. I had some that were before that, like I liked the Bounty Hunter game. I liked that one. I thought that was a good one. And then what was the other one that I talk about a lot that has the well, maybe that was the Bounty Hunter good. No, it was the one that was based on the book, or there was a book with
Dark
it
Forces.
too.
Dark Forces, yeah.
That
was
that was Nintendo 64, right? Like we all in this house played it.
It was on PC too, yeah.
Well, I didn't PC game, so shout out to the Nintendo console people. We had that one, and that game was actually really good. I enjoyed that one. So, but those are older than KOTOR, so.
Yeah.
By the way, you guys know what the true story of this the Fallen Order is, right? You are a Jedi Knight, so you're hiding out. The only way you can do good and still not be found is you are a public attorney fighting off the evil empire in the courts, and you now have Jedi Fallen Order, and you play the Law and Order song just right there.
Dun, dun,
Okay,
dun.
I was like, where are we going with this, JT? Okay, I got it. You got to do this is like the very.
If I had the sound effects, it would have been there.
You need the dunk dunk.
Dun, dun,
Dun, dun.
That's
No,
how you do it.
I kind of agree with chat a little bit. I do think the Force Unleashed games were pretty good. I think the last true 10 out of 10 were probably KOTOR 1, KOTOR 2. There were some other good ones in there. I know Republic Commando is one that a lot of people really, really like. They hold that one in high regards. I never played that one. But
I played that one. It was good. Wasn't as good as the other two I talked about. I really loved the first and second Battlefront, the originals. Those were really good too. Those weren't single player games. They were basically multiplayer games. There really wasn't a story with those. You just ran around and shot stuff. But I had a lot of fun because it was couch co-op. So my husband and I actually played that. But yeah.
Well, we've got about a minute before this starts. Is there anything in particular you guys want to see out of Fallen Order? There's a lot of questions about this game. Is it going to be any good? Has Respawn and Vince, have they pulled this off? What do you think?
I'm looking for definitely see some good gameplay, and I'm hoping the story. EA needs to get back to story like they did with earlier games that we all talked about. I mean, right now Ubisoft is out BioWare and EA.
Yep. They are out BioWaring BioWare right now. Yep.
Exactly.
I agree with you. I guess for me, I have a lot of faith in Vince. Again, I've said multiple times, Titanfall 2's single player story component was excellent. Like, I've seen grown man actually come to tears at parts in that story. So I want that. I don't want like lame storytelling. I want meaningful storytelling where I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to play that again. That's what I'm looking for.
All right.
Yeah, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to click on the sound here.
I'm getting my my bingo card out.
Popcorn.
If I need to turn it up, let me know, chat, once we get going.
Get your bingo card out, y'all.
What's up, EA Play?
Some Anthem banners in the background there.
Los Angeles, come on, Hollywood. That's what I like to hear.
What's that?
What's up, my fellow Jedi? I'm Greg
Oh,
Miller.
saying there's some
And today
Anthem
we're
banners
talking
there.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. We've been waiting so. You know what? We're talking about Star Wars. Yeah. We've been waiting so long for details on this game. I can't believe it. Can you believe it, LA? And we're finally here to help us get things started. We've got the head of Respawn, Vince Zampella, and the director of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Stig Asmussen. Everybody give it up for Vince and Stig. Come on!
Yeah, this is Greg Miller hosting, so there will be a lot of cringe, but it's good cringe.
Is this fake cheering and clapping?
Yeah.
Should I put a marker?
I think it's anxious cheering and clapping.
Please, keep it going. They're making a Star Wars game. Guys, welcome to EA Play.
Thank you. What a great welcome.
How are you feeling right now? No pressure. You're just about to announce maybe one of the biggest, if not the biggest, games of your lives.
I'm going to let Stig answer this one.
You're supposed to answer this.
Off script.
So off.
Oh, yeah, we're totally off script. They
So-
gave me cards.
we're
That was the
officially
number.
off
Yeah,
script.
nobody cares.
That was
So awesome to be here. It's EA Play, it's E3, it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really get any bigger than that.
Yeah, this is something that Stig and I have been envisioning for years, to see it come to life and be able to show you guys 15 minutes of gameplay today.
What are you doing for the other 15?
Uncut.
yeah, I know, right?
All right. So everybody's anxious to see what this 15 minutes is going to be.
Yeah.
For somebody watching right now who's just a FIFA fan, they don't know anything. What is happening? What is this game all about, Vince?
This is a single-player action-adventure game set post... Oh, yeah. Oh.
They're not dead, everybody!
There's your fake
Set
clapping.
post-Order 66 after the events in Episode
Just
3.
wait for Microsoft.
When all the Jedi were hunted down. Well, not at all. When the Jedi were hunted down and eliminated.
So, Stig, that's the nutshell of the entire game. What are we about to see? Where are we at in the game right now for context?
Okay, so Cal's, this takes place maybe about 3 hours into the game.
Okay.
So Cal's built himself up. He's not a lowly Padawan anymore, but he's not a full Jedi yet.
Sure.
Like Vince said, this is unedited. We had one of our star players, Blair, over there.
That's it right there!
This is an expert playthrough.
Okay.
So we're going to see some really cool stuff.
He practiced a few times. 2 or 3, Blair? 2 or 3? Yeah.
2 or 3 dozen.
It takes
good
place
to
on
preference
Kashyyyk.
3
which is
hours
Wookiee-
into
Wookiee
gameplay.
planet.
Of course.
And Cal's
More
on a
cringy
mission to
moments.
restart the Jedi Order. And it takes him here to Kashyyyk. And
Ooh, it's on
Wookiees have been
Kashyyyk.
enslaved by the Empire, who's basically siphoning the planet for all its resources to build up the Imperial war machine.
Got it. All right, so I brought out my phone, not to be rude, of course. It wouldn't be Greg Miller if I didn't look at the Twitch chat. And yeah, they are all through with us talking. They'd like to see the game. We've
Wait,
gone
they're
on
going to
long enough.
Kashyyyk?
We're not going to drone.
Let's do it.
Vince,
Well, let's
would
roll.
you like to
said.
kick it off?
I'll save that thought. I'll save my thought on that.
World premiere.
Wait, do we have a bingo spot for that? This would also maybe be the likable new character.
Dark Journal.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, the graphics on there are cool. Ooh,
Yeah.
that UI is nice. Okay, the graphics already right here look really good. Although I have seen this clip already, but I mean this piece right here.
That's gameplay. Nice. I like that seamless transition.
They're showing a little bit of UI chat. I'll hide our cameras here for a second so you can see it.
Jedi, over here.
Wall running, yes! Sorry.
If only Apex could get that, right?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Saul Guerrero.
Imperial sap refinery lies
Ooh,
dead.
nice tie-in.
What does the Empire want with tree sap?
Nothing good. They refine the sap into a powerful compound, and they're rushing to expand
I'm
production.
glad that they did that because that will pull in some of the newer Star Wars watching people.
We have to stop them.
That's the plan. We don't know their end game, but they spread themselves too thin. This map we recovered proves it.
Here you go, bud.
These refineries double as brutal prison camps. We use those cutters to create a distraction, while you take your lightsaber and free the Wookiees inside. We need their help to stop the Empire.
Understood.
It sounds like they got the voice actor from Rebels for Saul Guerrero.
Yeah.
You hear that? He said he needs my help. Come on, buddy.
Okay, I'm gonna say something sacrilegious. I actually like this little dude better than a T-Unit for this particular style of action game.
Right. I think it's a good choice to have a droid, but
He's
smaller.
there. You've got the droid, but he's smaller. Yeah.
Ooh, that saber.
Is that like his hand torch, to use a British phrase?
So this is actually reminding me a lot of Uncharted.
Yeah. Really, we
One
need
thing that I don't like though is how janky the walking is. I'm hoping they're gonna tighten that up before game. His walking really is bouncy and slightly distracting.
Did we actually need the lightsaber though for that short little corner?
No, but it's Star Wars.
I know. The sound effects for the lightsaber were right on though.
Over there. One of the cutters turned on. You ready? Kind of drill? We should call it in? Well, that'd be a breach of protocol. If there's a disturbance, their squad should call it in. Yeah. Better do this by
Nice. Ooh, nice.
Oh, that was awesome.
All right. This. Yeah.
Oh, a force slow, almost like a Kylo Ren thing.
Kylo Ren.
Oh my god, that was awesome.
What?
Skill points. Popped up skill points.
Well, I mean, right? If it's anything like Uncharted or any action game, you can, decide how you play.
Now, I'm going to assume that there's going to be some kind of interface that shows you what your abilities are, because right now they're not showing that.
I would say that probably will be too, yeah. Although some of the newer games, like even Assassin's Creed, you could hide that completely. Even though it was still there.
This also gives me a little bit of a God of War feel too. It'd be interesting if we get to see some more stuff here. It's too bad you can't see what he's pushing, so we can see what abilities there are.
Oh, this was on the trailer.
Now, one thing I want to point out during the fight where he was just fighting the stormtroopers, he went in melee on the stormtrooper and he grabbed his arm and went around him. That was really interesting.
That was cool. Oh, that was you see, turned red, so let's get out of the way of the guy.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
Call it out again, JP. You see it happen again.
Yeah. Kind of like the Assassin's Creed power-up kind of thing. Like his power move. Right there.
Okay, so the thing that we're covering up, that's his health bar. So this thing right here, chat, that's the health bar.
Keep pushing! Looks like you're blocked. I'll fix that. Never seen a trooper like that before. You gotta get these Wookiees out of lockup. Keep moving, Jedi. Vents open. Go!
Think you can help me, BD?
That's a heal.
Nice heal. So your droid takes care of that.
Nice.
Yeah, a grumpy veteran. I agree. The saber burns are really nice. I like effects like that.
Flame beetle. Interesting.
Of course, the Wookiees are using nature.
And yet we're not in the nature. We're in a nasty building.
It's just outside. We have to bring the nature in.
Oh, I'd like to see the nature. That was my favorite part of Kashyyyk, frankly.
Ooh, he's burning. I like that.
Now, another thing that I'm seeing that I really like is they're doing realistic combat with a saber. These troopers are going down in one hit like they would in the movies. They're not they're not spongy. Like, oh, a normal stormtrooper, it's gonna take 10 hits, you know.
I agree with that.
You want to plug into this thing?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, it's showing the controller, how you control the droid.
I wonder how complicated that is, though, for the back and forth. I don't want it to be extremely annoying to have to go to the droid.
That's why you want to get this thing.
And it's going to be like just opening a door kind of thing. It looks like.
Nice.
Well done.
This is actually quite nice, being that I've spent the last year and a half playing on the dark side in SWTOR. Kind of nice to see a Republic of something in a video game.
I was almost hoping we could get a stealth kill there or something.
Oh, yep. He recalled his lightsaber.
Oh.
I was hoping for that.
Dodge mechanic there.
Yep. There's some boss mechanics there too. He gets the stun basically and has to dodge out of it.
Taser throw, like it.
Yep.
Why didn't you just finish that guy off?
Because they probably wanted to show you the
I don't think we've seen any dismemberment yet.
Nope.
maybe they're saving that for the Wookiees?
Bring up the skill tree.
Yeah, skill
I
tree.
know, right? Yeah, because I'm like you, at least. If the opening UI is in your skill trees and stuff, I will love that. I really like the look of that. Oh, loot.
What do you get?
It's
We
a
didn't even see it.
Sense Echo. So,
How come I'm not seeing that? I didn't see any of that.
oh, it's like a division thing. You're sensing an echo in the Force. So it's a memory. And it gave you the quest to investigate wildlife.
Oh! Oh!
And game over.
Heck,
I
and
know,
you're dead.
right?
And you're dead.
Got hit.
Oh, there's the memory.
Yeah.
There was a leg getting chopped off there, chat.
So a little bit of QTEs a little bit.
You've had that every gun. You've had the breakout with the B. Kept calling up hit B.
So yeah, from what I'm seeing, this is basically just Uncharted or Tomb Raider, but Star Wars.
With a little God of War thrown in. Like the melee combat, the recalling the lightsaber and all that stuff kind of gives that.
I would actually go. I think it's actually this generation's Force Unleashed kind of thing.
I mean, I haven't played it, so I wouldn't know.
Because it was they even went to Kashyyyk and that. Yeah. It's good though.
BD1 scan.
I just heard from the captain.
And ball run again.
Oh, this is it. At least we have the high ground. What was that? Cutter 7 is
At least we had the high ground.
reporting a live cutter near the cell block.
Nice joke.
Requested. Destroyed everything.
Okay, now why didn't we jump? Must not have that option. Nice.
Nice. One hit.
So I wonder if that blocking is automatic. That would be nice, just from an accessibility perspective, because remembering to block changes it while you're trying to control everything else.
Pulled him and he shot him with his own.
Yeah, he shot him with his own blaster bolt.
That's pretty awesome.
That was good. See, that's the kind of stuff I wanted.
This also has a little bit of Dishonored for me as well. Kind of that whole, you could do that, pulling people into things and have them like, you could link the two people, and if the one killed one person, it would kill the other person it was linked to, and I used to do that all the time. All that. There's a little bit of that here too.
Bye-bye.
Yo, saw that coming. Line of sight. That's right.
Yeah, you'll notice that there's a tiny red dot, and that's the one that he's targeting.
Oh, yeah.
That's a pretty good way to do it.
Ooh, pulled him and stabbed. Nice.
Oh, he froze him, right?
We force slowed him. Awesome.
Pretty awesome.
So yeah, I noticed when he was deflecting blaster bolts, that's what he was doing. Is he would be like deflecting, and then he was kind of choosing which one to hit with it, with that red dot.
Now you notice from that force pull, he tried to pull that guy who's like a boss guy. He didn't. The guy was able to control himself as he came towards him, which didn't cause all the damage.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet the droids only got so many stim packs.
Oh, I'm sure. But it might be a upgradable ability, how many they have. That's usually pretty standard when you have that option.
Now, down in the lower left, there's a 2. Oh, I wonder if that's stim packs?
Maybe.
I would say.
Okay, that's some nice graphics right there with this cutscene. Not on the Wookiee, however.
Wow, the Wookiee's fur looks bad.
It does.
Bad.
K2SO?
Might not be that one.
Yeah, it's not that one.
Not that one. It is A1.
Yeah. Oh, you're in trouble, buddy. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we don't get to see that one.
Oh, and then he deflected one of the blasts, froze him, and then put it back. Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, I would agree with R2. It's a toned down Force Unleashed. Because Force Unleashed, we just went extremely crazy, like pull down a Star Destroyer and all kinds of stupid, crazy stuff. It's good.
That's what they said they wanted to make, if I remember correctly, right? They wanted to make a Force Unleashed.
What they did. It's this generation's Force
That
Unleashed.
looks pretty awesome.
Thank you.
I have a million questions, and I know we're short on time as always. I want to point out, though, in the Twitch chat, Gwyn96 says, that's frickin' cool. But he didn't use frickin'. How does it feel to, I think, deliver, right? Like, you guys liked it, right? I think I was looking at the Twitch chat.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
Wookiee
people who liked it.
needs
Like, what does that feel like to finally show this game?
Oh, it's great. I mean, being involved with this team, Stig and his team have done an amazing job. They've put so much of themselves into this game. To be able to be involved in something like this is just, dream come true.
Yeah.
Agreed. Huge shout out to the team.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Everybody who busted their butts on the demo, but also the whole game. The whole game is coming together right now. So it's an amazing feeling.
Wasn't Stig one of the writers for God of War? Either like 2,
Star Wars fans understand that
3,
we're really
2?
doing our best to try to honor the brand.
I mean, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Clap now. I'm gonna stop you.
I believe so.
Whenever you want to clap for him, you clap for him. I think that's pretty evident from it. And I liked when we introed, you guys were talking about the fact that this is a skilled person playing it, right? We all see it and we think it looks awesome. What are we missing by not having our hands on the controllers? Like, what do lightsabers feel like?
I mean, it's fantastic, right?
Yeah.
Like what?
Because it looks like it's got weight to it, and throwing it and catching it, right? Like that's the impact I think I want from it.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's really satisfying. I mean, the game itself, it's thoughtful combat, as Stig likes to call it. It's what you saw was
that's a cool combo.
really good player.
Yeah.
Right. So
He's right over there again. He'll give out autographs after this panel.
So you can block, parry, deflect. Like we want the combat to feel really good for people to go in and be able to like be part of that and size up the enemies when things feel right. It feels really good.
Yeah, it's also about the enemy arrangements as well, like what enemies we're putting you up against, how you go in and use your tools to take them down. But it's not just lightsabers; it's the Force as well.
Sure. Well, that's part of this. You were talking to me last night about it, right? This thoughtful combat. And the idea that when I watched the demo initially, my thought was, oh, these are canned animations, right? I'm doing a force grab and stabbing the guy, and that's all. I hit R1 and that happened. That's not that way.
No, it's all freeform.
So like you can go back in and replay things and do it differently, or you and I would have different
Absolutely. And actually, the enemies react to each other in different ways. You saw the flame troopers fighting against the spiders. You could sit as bystander and just kind of watch that fight if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get any skill points if you do that. And it's not any fun either. It's fun to watch sometimes, but it's a lot more fun to play.
You talk about the skill points. Are those going into the Force abilities?
Yeah. So we're going to have the classic abilities. We're going to have push, pull. We've got what we call force flip, which is essentially double jump, which is nice because that's something that makes sense in Star Wars, a Jedi actually doing a double jump. But we have one unique expression of the Force that you saw in there, which is slow, which is a little bit of the glue between force, push, and pull.
Yeah. Well, that was awesome. I think I thought you couldn't top my favorite moment in the demo, right? Where you come around the corner, grab the stormtrooper, or force pull the stormtrooper, stab him, but when you force pulled the stormtrooper and walked him into one bolt, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
That's one of my favorite. I think the first time I saw that, I freaked out a little.
No, you actually said it better be in the demo.
Yeah.
Well, you did it. You delivered. Tell me about the enemies we are seeing there, right? Because that's one of those things I feel like we're talking a lot about, seeing things a lot about, is we're running through the environment. You had different things. You had your normal stormtroopers. You had non-normal stormtroopers.
Yeah, and this is just a small portion of the game, by the way. So there's a lot more that we haven't shown.
You're saying that isn't the entire game?
That is not.
That's wow.
No,
I'm surprised.
no.
Well, we got our classic stormtroopers. We've got the scout troopers who you saw equipped with kind of melee charged weapon. We've got the flame troopers, but we also have the purge troopers whose task is to basically hunt Jedi.
Yeah.
So that was the spinny, that dude.
And like
they didn't show off the
this is bad.
second sister.
That's
No.
Exactly. Like, so
I wouldn't think they would have. That's a major plot point, I imagine.
Yeah.
There you go. Adding to the Star Wars lore. Wait, we're pointing at one guy. Did he create it? Just that one man did?
Yeah.
It was a team effort. You led the charge.
Jordan did the concept.
Good job, Jordan. Everybody, three cheers for Jordan. So we're going through, and you have these new stormtroopers. You have your fire troopers. You have one of my favorite droids of all time coming back.
The KX.
And then making me fight him?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Oh, you do?
No.
Trust me, you do.
I do?
Oh, yeah.
And
Well,
of course, they throw the
talk
big
about the
picture
other
up there on the back. That
star
is
of
that
this
dude.
15-minute demo, right?
Yeah.
The new droid. BD1.
There he is right there.
No, BD1. BD1's in the audience, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah.
Thank you, BD1. He's adorable, as I'm sure you know. I immediately want him as a backpack, so just a heads up if you're talking to anybody in the licensing department.
All right.
That'd be fun.
We can make
what
that
does he
happen.
do in the game, right?
Pointers.
Excuse
Point
me, we're
purse.
hosting a You can keep it down over there. What are the traits? What are we using as? Is he just flair? Am I using him for different things?
Like story-wise, he's Cal's
there's
companion.
nice.
He's,
Yeah.
explorer droid.
The map.
Which is perfect.
He's your
since
map.
Cal's on this mission
cool.
Sure.
for survival that's taken him to all these savage planets. BD sounds for Buddy Droid 1, which is
That's respawn. That's
Yeah, I
respawn.
mean,
I don't think I didn't notice the wall running either. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, respawn
yeah.
made this
Word.
game. Yeah, okay.
definitely inspired by BT,
Yeah.
but the name ended up sticking.
Yeah.
So one of the cool factoids
son's
is
gonna be
his,
so excited about
his
that,
voice is
'cause he
authored by the
loves
legendary
BT.
Ben Burtt,
Oh, nice.
who did
Oh,
all the
really?
sound,
Ben Burtt?
main sound designer in the original trilogy and beyond. But he can hack doors, computers.
So you can
as we saw there.
scan, like,
Just scan some stuff there.
Yep. Scan
Opening
the
doors.
environment for like
That's kinda
environmental
cool.
storytelling, learn more lore about the planet.
I saw him shooting out health packs. Is
Yep.
that a canned animation after a fight? Is it a button I'm hitting?
It's player input.
Okay.
Whenever
like
they
a
want.
cooldown on it?
Whenever they want, BD will eject a stim pack.
Okay.
There's a limited amount that you
Okay.
can find more over the course of the game.
There you go, Kidley.
And you're actually, in that moment, you're defenseless, so you got to choose wisely when you're going to do it.
Okay. We've seen
There's
the
a
game.
limit on them too.
Without spoiling stuff for me, what's going on in the story? Like, obviously, Cal, I thought he was going to be way weaker as a Jedi. You know, just tell me the whole story. What A to B, Stig, how's it go? What's the ending?
Well,
Actually, you know what? Stop. Full stop. I can't believe I've gone this long in the panel without asking. Is Watto in this game?
Sorry, I can't sing.
But that's not a no. Hashtag Watto 2019. I'll be retweeting them all after this panel. Thank you very much. But what's going on in the story outside of Watto should be in it?
Well, the
Watto
story's a really
should be
big deal to us. We created this with Lucasfilm. We got to keep a really tight lip on it. So I can't. I don't really want to go into it too far.
Go home.
Sorry.
I mean, yeah, the story.
Gotta save it.
Okay. I know one of the things a lot of people have been asking, right? I'd put up stuff on Instagram saying, hey, give me questions. Community wanted to know, this is Star Wars canon, right? You
Totally canon.
Okay.
Totally legit.
Okay.
This is a real, Cal's a real character.
Yeah.
You saw Guerrera in there. He's obviously part of the Star Wars universe.
It probably means
Seer,
comic
Cal's
books,
mentor.
at least,
Yeah.
I bet.
They're all going to live in other places.
Okay, that's great.
Really.
Vince, how's that feel? No pressure.
It feels great.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, we have.
You act like it's so nonchalant. You're making a Star Wars game. It's canon.
Yeah, it's not nonchalant at all. It's amazing. Like I said, I'm just like shocked to be up here. I'm like.
I know it's a big deal to work with me, but it's okay.
We've been talking about this for like 10 years.
Yeah.
So.
The other big community question I've seen a lot is, it's a Star Wars game, and Star Wars games in the past have allowed us to go light or dark. Is that a choice here?
No.
Okay, well.
Yeah, there we go.
Yay!
Why not?
I think that's a good thing.
No, I think it goes back to the fact that Cal's authentic, and he has to fill a certain role so he can be used in other places.
Yeah, this is a Jedi story.
Well, that's the thing I appreciate the most, that you guys are coming in and telling a story, right? Like, I think that's why so many of us are excited for it, is the idea that this is a Star Wars story, that you guys have something to tell, something to say, and a lot of walls to run on. Vince Stick, anything you want to say to the fans before we let you go?
You don't get to choose.
Just thanks for the support. The energy here is great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Fantastic.
Greg's showing us some stuff online. Like everyone's reaction is fantastic.
Amazing moment.
The team, badass. Thank you guys.
Go team.
All your hard work. Now we just have to finish. Can't wait to bring it to you guys. There's so much more that you haven't seen yet. I can't wait to show you.
Believe it or not, there's so much more. There is more at the Microsoft conference tomorrow.
That's right.
Vince Stake, thank you so much for coming out. November 15th can't come soon enough. For those of you here at EA Play, the Respawn team has brought even more gameplay for you to check out over in the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order Theater. And for those of you at home,
extended.
I was about to do a bit. For those of you at home, you will stay tuned for Apex Legends.
Yeah!
What you're looking for. Thank you for the yeah. I was like, that's the corniest joke I put in this thing. No one's going to laugh. Hey, everybody, I'm Greg Miller. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We got more EA Play for you now.
New likable character, though. I think a droid fits the...
Yeah.
How hyped are we for Star Wars?
All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute that so we have 2 minutes to talk about what we just saw. I'm just going to go ahead and start this off. I think that game looks fantastic. We haven't, as we said in our pre-show, we have not had a good single-player Star Wars game in a very, very long time.
I agree.
It looks like it's a mix of Uncharted with a little bit of Tomb Raider, a little bit of God of War, a little bit of this or that. It looks fantastic. And, you know, something else you got to remember, for those of you in chat, when we're doing these restreams, the quality on Twitch is not the best. So I can guarantee you that the game will look better than that. Unless they do a full E3 downgrade, which I don't think is going to happen. But you never know. So what do you guys think?
Just to go along with that, if people really want to see it again in better quality, they almost always upload this stuff to their YouTube channel, and sometimes YouTube looks better when you replay it later. So I would suggest you do that if you really want to like dig in and look at it and see all the parts. Just a pro tip.
I definitely think it probably wasn't exciting. I know some people in chat with it as seen, like, gone through the Force Unleashed. It's very reminds me very much of that game, and they did tone it down. I think also you got to remember, EA is at a point right now where they've had some major strikeouts, and I think they want to keep it within a realm. We want to do this game, make sure it is done and finished it and done right, And then, like, if they want to push the envelope later with DLC or an another expansion onto it, another game after it, I think that's when you see them open up the doors and go a little bit more wilder. But I think they wanted to give you a story. This is the story we're going through, pretty much on the rails and stuff like that, because I noticed people were mentioning about exploration. And again, that was like one story. You may get some exploration, but probably not. It's probably going to be more like what we talked about, Uncharted and stuff like that.
I think they came out and said it is not an open world game.
Yeah.
So that's it. And from a story perspective, as someone who values story over almost everything else, in a game, they're starting the Apex Legends one, by the way.
Yeah.
It for me, if you can give me a good story that is on rails that I enjoy, I would rather have that. And then also remember, guys, they did this before they got acquired by EA, so
Yep.
that factors into